Welcome to this week's edition of HavenFootball.net's Play of the Game. The Panthers traveled over to Folsom, Pennsylvania to take on the Ridley Green Raiders in this crosstown rivalry. The Raiders were riding a 2-game winning streak while the Panthers were trying to right the ship after their 2 losses in a row. Haven marched right down the field in their first possession, including this solid 10-yard run by number 44, Ethan Belleville, which was followed 2 plays later by this wide-open run for 4 yards into the end zone by number 35, Zach Hussein. Panthers draw first blood, 7-0. But Ridley is anything but intimidated as quarterback number 12, John Backey, falls back to pass, but decides to run it right for 25 yards and the first down. 8 plays later, Ridley finds the end zone, and we're all tied up, 7-7. Defense has its moments as Backey is forced by Belleville to pitch to number 28, Dylan Staley, who is met and buried by number 73, Ryan Krause, for this 4-yard loss. Haven is on the move again as Hussein takes this one off tackle for 12 yards. The air game had its moments as well as quarterback number 7, Jake Fisher, throws this perfect pass to a well-covered number 4, Arian Ford, who takes it all the way down to the 1. Haven scores on the next play, but the extra point snap is low, and Fisher decides to run it, turning lemons into lemonade as he leaps through the corner for 2 points. Haven's on top, 15-7. Not to be outdone, Ridley's number 2, Elijah Yakuso, runs this wheel route and is wide open as he catches and runs 37 yards down to the 9. 2 plays later, he gets the call again and runs almost untouched into the end zone for 6 points. Ridley tightens it up and trails by 1. Ridley gets the ball at the start of the second half, and Backey picks up where he left off and runs this great option down to the Haven 14. Ridley scores 2 plays later and takes their first lead, 21-15. Belleville had some great kick returns, including this one for 32 yards, which brings us to tonight's Play of the Game.
Looks like single coverage out here on Arian Ford, who's split to the right. Wing to the right is Belleville. They fire the quick hitch here. It's Ford who makes the catch, who's going to spin his way on his feet, the 45-40, 35-30, and Arian Ford to the 25. Stiff arm at the 15, and down to the 6-yard line. That's exactly what we talked about before the game.
2 plays later, Belleville gets the call again and finds the seam and rumbles 10 yards in for the score. But a high snap forces number 14, Emmett Young, to avoid the rusher, and he pulls the kick left and hits the uprights, missing the extra point. So it's all tied up, 21-all. Ridley comes right back with a tremendous drive, culminating again with his great option as Backey finds an opening and he takes off for 50 yards down to the 1. The Raiders punched in on the next play and lead 28-21. Haven is driving once again, and on a doable 3rd and 3, the handoff goes awry and is fumbled to the ground. Fisher recovers, but the Panthers have to punt. Ridley wants to put this game away and launches an 11-play drive, including this one as Staley goes off right for 17 yards. 4 plays later, Ridley scores and is pulling away 35-21. Haven needs points and starts pushing hard, including this great pass and catch from Fisher to number 10, Ibo Pio, for 17 yards. But lightning strikes another Panther handoff as Fisher loses the handle, and number 21, Dom DiMatteo, makes a leaping dive to recover the fumble for Ridley. Ridley scores once more in their short field recovery, and the Panthers lose this one, 42-21. Next week, Haven returns home to take on the Central League leaders, the Haverford Fords. Tune in again next week for another edition of HavenFootball.net's Play of the Game.